Hi, I'm Ramit Harisinghani. I'm currently the sales manager for GCC for HTC MEA, and my job is to manage sales, channel sales, operator sales, and enterprise sales for the region.
There was this recent announcement about HTC's tie-up with Etisalat for data packages. Could you tell me more about that?
Yeah, this was basically HTC and Etisalat joined hands to bring more value to our business consumers, to our business customers. And Etisalat realized that not much has been done on the Windows mobile platform when it comes to enterprise. And that being a goal, we tied up with them, and as a start, we've given them 200 MB data free for enterprise users. And this offer is valid for 1 month. Now this can be seen as the first initial step towards the partnership and towards our step in giving more value to our consumers.
There's also been some activity in terms of new models that you've launched, which are more in keeping with possibly business phones that need to be packaged as consumer phones. Could you tell me more about that?
Right. Now our phones, there's not a clear definition of, you can say, enterprise phones or consumer phones. How it works is it's lifestyle. It's about how a person chooses the phone. Many things. It may depend on the form factor. It may depend on the touch screen or keyboard. But typically we observe that enterprises go more towards a phone which has a keyboard, a physical QWERTY keyboard, or a touchpad kind of a thing. So what we have done is we have made a portfolio as wide as possible, having something for each and every person. For example, a person who's working, who's a professional, does also have a personal life, does also have our own means of having fun. So the example, Touch Pro, which we launched, had a QWERTY keyboard, so that gives you a good idea of how they can use emails. At the same time, it has an FM radio for taking care of his consumer needs. So every device we bring is a proposition, not in terms of just enterprise or consumer. It has got something for everybody.
This also brings to mind, an issue that we've been covering off and on in the magazine, which is consumer devices in the enterprise.
Right.
And obviously with it, there are productivity issues that come in, which is good for the business to an extent, but also things like security, because you have employees who are using phones, devices for their personal as well as professional work. So what facilities do you provide for enterprise level security?
Okay. Now the beauty of our devices is, in a way, the Windows Mobile itself has a lot of advantages when it comes to security. For example, you have secure access to private networks, secure access to wireless networks. It's got options of storage card encryption. And people who use Windows Mobile devices generally have a Microsoft Exchange server installed. That gives you furthermore access to things like remote wipe, local wipe. And in itself, you have many other features. For example, in an organization, most commonly used software now is something called IRM technology. That is, it limits the people who view any document and gives you restrictions on printing or storing. These are compatible with the devices, and this is one of the unique features of our devices in which is possible. So you can see, I have not mentioned any third party, I have not mentioned any other software which you need to install. It's all within your current Exchange server, and it's absolutely cost-free. It comes exactly what you have right now.
What about features like maps? Are HTC devices enabled with such?
Yes, of course. I mean, you have options. For example, the new Touch Cruise, which we launched just a couple of months back, has full GCC country maps, and the user has the option of choosing one country free of cost. And it's upgradable to the entire GCC. It's upgradable to anywhere in the world.
Okay, and how current are these maps?
Oh, they are. I mean, when it's launched, it's updated, and you can buy updates regularly from the website.
There seems to be some resistance, you could say, towards using Windows Mobile by especially I would say the Gen Y, the younger generation. I don't know whether it's an image thing or a usability issue. What do you think? Why is that reluctance?
The market still is very young, as in it's still learning about the benefits of Windows Mobile device. If you can see, when the devices were launched, they were typically positioned as a business phone. Only business users use phones for email. But now emails have become part of a person who's, I mean, even a teen who's 12, 13 years old also uses emails. So there's typically a learning curve which is being done. And the devices, that's what I mentioned earlier, that our devices now we're trying to make them both consumer and professional. So you have a mix of both. The Diamond, HTC Diamond, which we launched, has a brilliant form factor. It is absolutely consumer. It's got a touch screen, it's got attractive games like Teeter, and at the same time you can sync it with your emails, and you can be on the go while at work. So it's just a matter of time when people actually get to know.
So any other developments, new products, new offerings in the pipeline that you'd like to talk about?
We have, it is already announced in our global website, and we'll be launching 3 new devices in this quarter, which is the Diamond 2, Touch Pro 2 and HTC Snap. And these devices all have a unique benefit which will be offered to the consumer. I'll reserve my comments on them later once they're launched.